General Douglas MacArthur Sylvanus Thayer Award Acceptance Speech. Duty, Honor, Country. Delivered May 12, 1962, West Point, New York. As I was leaving the hotel this morning, a doorman asked me, "Where are you bound for, General?" I replied, "West Point." He remarked, "Beautiful place. Have you been there before?" No human could fail to be deeply moved by such a tribute as this. Coming from a profession I have served so long and a people I have loved so well, it fills me with an emotion I cannot express. But this award is not intended primarily to honor a personality, but to symbolize a great code, the code of conduct and chivalry of those who guard this beloved land of culture and ancient descent. That is the animation of this medallion. For all eyes and for all time, it is an expression of the ethics of the American soldier. That I should be integrated in this way with so noble an ideal arouses a sense of pride, and yet of humility which will always be with me, always. Duty, honor, country, those three hallowed words reverently dictate what you ought to be, what you can be, and what you will be. They are your rallying points to build courage when courage seems to fail, to regain faith when there seems to be little cause for faith, to create hope when hope becomes forlorn. Unhappily, I possess neither that eloquence of diction, that poetry of imagination, nor that brilliance of a metaphor to tell you all that they mean. The unbelievers will say that they are but words, but a slogan, but a flamboyant phrase. Every pedant, every demigod, every cynic, every hypocrite, every troublemaker, and I'm sorry to say, some others of an entirely different character, will try to downgrade them, even to the extent of mockery and ridicule. These are some of the things they do. Build your basic character, mold you for your future as roles as custodians of the nation's defense, make you strong enough to know when you are weak, but brave enough to face yourself when you are afraid, to teach you to be proud and unbending and honest failure, humble and gentle in success, not to substitute words for actions, not to seek the path of comfort, but to face the stress and spur of difficulty and challenge, to learn to stand up in the storm, but to have compassion on those who fall, to master yourself before you master others, to have a heart that is clean, to have a goal that is high, to learn to laugh, yet never forget to weep, to reach into the future, yet never neglect your past, to be serious, yet never to take yourself too seriously, to be modest so that you will remember the simplicity of greatness, the open mind of true wisdom, the meekness of true strength. They give you a temper of will, quality of imagination, a vigor of the emotions, a freshness of the deep spring of life, a temperamental predominance of courage over timidity, of an appetite for adventure over love and ease. They create in your heart a sense of wonder, the unfailing hope of what next, and the joy and inspiration of life. They teach you in this way to be an officer and a gentleman. He needs no eulogy from me or from any other man. He has written his own history, and it is written in red on his enemy's breast. But when I think of his patience under adversity, of his courage under fire, and of his modesty and victory, I am filled with an emotion of admiration I cannot put into words. He belongs to history as furnishing one of the greatest examples of successful patriotism. He belongs to posterity as the instructor of future generations in the principles of liberty and freedom. He belongs to the present, to us, by his virtues and by his achievements. 20 campaigns on 100 battlefields around 1,000 campfires. I have witnessed the enduring fortitude, that patriotic self-abnegation, and that invisible determination which covered his statue and the hearts of his people, from one end of the world to the other. He has drained deep the chalice of courage. As I listened to the songs in memory's eye, I could see the staggering columns of the First World War, bending under soggy packs on many weary march, from dripping dusk till drizzling dawn, slugging ankle deep through near shell-shock roads to form grimly for attack, blue-lipped, covered with sludge and mud, chilled by the wind and rain, driving home to their objective, and for many to the judgment seat of God. I do not know the dignity of their birth, but I know the glory of their death. They died unquestioning, uncomplaining, with faith in their hearts and on their lips the hope that we go on to victory. Always for them, duty, honor, country. Always blood and sweat and tears as we sought the way, the light, and the truth. Their indomitable purpose, their complete and decisive victory, always victory. Always through the bloody haze of their last reverberating shot, the vision of gaunt, ghostly men reverently following password of duty, honor, country. The soldier, above all other men, is required to practice the greatest act of religious training, sacrifice. However horrible the incidents of war may be, the soldier who is called upon to offer and to give his life for his country is the noblest development of mankind. On the contrary, the soldiers above all other people pray for peace, for they must suffer and bear the deepest wounds and scars of war. But always in our ears ring the ominous words of Plato, the wisest of all philosophers. Only the dead have seen the end of war. The shadows lengthen me, the twilight is here. My days of old have vanished, tone and tent. They have gone glimmering through the dreams of things that were. Their memory is one of the wondrous beauty, watered tears, and coaxed and caressed by the smiles of yesterday. I listen vainly, but with thirsty ears, for witchy melody of faint bugles blowing reveille, for drums beating a long roll. In my dreams I hear again crash of guns, the rattle of musketry, the strange mournful mutter of the battlefield. But in the evening of my memory, always come back to the West Point. Always their echoes and re-echoes, duty, honor, country.